Herman, if Eddie said all those things about being through with school, there must be a reason. Didn't you even ask him?
Well, maybe they just sent them home. Kids are always playing pranks. I remember when I went to school, some of the kids used to put the girls' pigtails in the inkwells. Of course, I put the girls in the inkwells.
Grandpa, please.
Did you ask him why he was so definite about quitting school?
Well, no. With little orphan Annie in such a mess, I guess I just didn't get around to it. Well, it's hard to concentrate on two things at once, you know.
Oh, Herman, you make me so angry. Now, I want you to go upstairs right now and have a father and son talk with Eddie.
All right, dear. All right. But wouldn't it be better if Eddie came down here so I could sort of lean on the mantel while we talk man to man?
Why in the world would you want to do that?
Well, I don't know. I just always thought Robert Young had great success leaning on the mantel.
Oh, Herman, will you get upstairs?
Yes, dear. Eddie? Hello in there. It's me. Your father. Herman Munster. May I come in?
Sure, Pop.
Eddie, I came up here to have a little talk with you. Man to man.
Mom made you, huh?
No, I wouldn't say your mother made me. Naturally, I'm curious to know why you said all those things about quitting school.
Well, then how come you didn't say anything when I came home? All you did was sit there and read your old newspaper.
Eddie, your father's a very busy man. And you must realize that when I come home, I have lots of business problems on my mind, the solution to which often depends on a thorough and concentrated perusal of world events in the newspaper.
Boy, that little orphan Annie must be in a real jam.
She is. But you know, I think Daddy Warbucks is... Eddie, that is not the point. The point is, I came up here to find out why you've suddenly turned against school.
It's just that I can't go back there ever again on account of what happened today.
Eddie, whatever the problem is, you can tell old Dad.
Well, today at recess, the kids made up a nickname for me, and they called me by it.
They called you a nickname? What in the world could anyone think of to call you?
It was awful, Dad. Wherever I went, some kid popped up and called me...
Called you what?
I can't say it. It's too awful to repeat. Even than my own father.
Eddie, as your father, I demand to be told. What's the nickname?
It's Shorty.
Shorty?
Yeah, and they made it for no good reason, except I'm the shortest boy in my class.
I see. Eddie, do you know what a very wise man once said?
What?
He said, "Sticks and stones can break my bones, but names can never hurt me."
That's because nobody ever called him Shorty. Why do I have to be short? Why can't I be big and tall like my hero?
Eddie, I don't know who this hero is that you're talking about, but take it from me. He's probably not worth looking up to at all. Lots of so-called heroes are just conceited, vain, good-for-nothings, as a rule.
But, Dad, the hero I'm talking about is you.
Oh. Well, Eddie, there are exceptions to every rule, aren't there?
Please, darling, eat.
I'm eating. I'm eating.
I'm talking to Eddie.
Oh.
Herman,
Yes, dear?
I know you've had a talk with Eddie, but I don't think we should allow our child to be tormented in school any longer. I feel that we should complain to the teacher, the principal, and, if necessary, to the Board of Education.
Why go through all this red tape when I can solve this problem with a plain old-fashioned spelling bee?
Well, what's a plain old-fashioned spelling bee?
Well, you see, I invite all the little boys and girls who call Eddie Shorty to a free party. And then, when they get here, I cast a spell over them and turn them into kangaroos.
Gee, that sounds great, Grandpa. Will you do it?
No, Grandpa will do no such thing.
That's right, Grandpa. Now, I'm sure if there's one thing Eddie doesn't need, it's your broken-down magic.
Gee, Dad, how am I going to face the other kids in school tomorrow? They're still going to call me Shorty.
Eddie, I'm sure it's strictly a psychological problem. And I'm sure that you can overcome it with the proper psychological attitude. In other words, plant both feet firmly on the ground and keep your chin up.
I'll try, Pop.
It's okay to have your feet firmly planted on the ground, Eddie. But if you keep your chin up that high, you're a sucker for a left hook.
Oh, sorry, Grandpa.
Shh, not so loud. I don't want your father to hear that I'm teaching you about boxing. That man is so opposed to violence, if he found out, he'd kill me.
Okay, how's this, Grandpa?
That's pretty good. Now, keep your hands up high and your weight evenly balanced.
Now should I try to hit you?
Oh, not yet. I have to work out a plan of strategy for you. Now, we'll pretend that I'm one of your classmates and we're standing in the schoolyard waiting to fight because I called you Shorty. And just as we're ready to go, you point behind me and say, hold it, a teacher is coming, see? And then as I turn to look, left and right in the stuff. Got that? Okay, now, let's get set.
Hold it! A teacher's coming!
Where? Ooh,
Hey, that works great, Grandpa.
you're telling me.
But isn't that fighting dirty?
Only if you use it against girls. Now, try it again, okay? Now, get set.
Hold it! My father's coming!
Not my father. A teacher is coming.
Want to bet?
Oh, hiya, Herman. What's new?
Grandpa, I want you and Eddie to take off those boxing gloves right now.
Oh, are these boxing gloves? Yes, they are. Eddie, you know we're wearing boxing gloves? I wonder where they came from.
Yeah, me too.
Grandpa, get them off. I am really disappointed in you. Imagine that a grandfather training his own grandson in brutality.
But we didn't even get to brutality. I was just starting.
Grandpa, I said no violence, and I mean no violence.
You know, Eddie, I love him. But there are times I'd like to bite him right in the throat.
Night, Grandpa.
You going to bed?
I have to get plenty of rest so I'll have enough energy to cry all day tomorrow when the kids call me Shorty.
Wait a minute. Come back. You won't have to cry all day tomorrow. As a matter of fact, you'll never have to cry again because somebody calls you Shorty.
Why not?
Why not? Because your adoring grandpa is going to give you a magic potion that will make you grow 6 inches overnight.
6 inches?
Maybe 7.
Did you ever use it before?
Did I ever try it before? You know, I once gave it to a pirate friend of mine who was only 5 feet tall.
Did it work?
Did it work? Didn't you ever hear of Long John Silver? What is known in the trade as a magic milkshake.
6 inches? Overnight?
Yeah, 6 inches. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, you look in the mirror, you'll see the tallest boy in the class. Bottoms up. Good, good. Now, nighty-night, and sleep tight.